A very common question that I get from my patients as a physical therapist is, why did my pain start? Well, there's a lot of factors that go into it, but a lot of times one of the biggest contributing factors is the amount of load that you're putting on your body versus what is the capacity of your body, right? So let's talk about somebody that's going from a couch to a 5K to kind of give an example here. Our body is always trying to maintain something called homeostasis, right? It's not trying to waste any energy building up, a bunch of muscles that you're not going to use if you're just going to sit around and be a couch potato. So if you are not frequently running, your tendons, your muscles, your bones are not going to be ready to take on the force that running requires, right? So our capacity of our body is going to hover around wherever we load that, right? So if this one is load and this one is capacity, if we are a couch potato, they're going to be down here. If we're a moderately active person, they're going to be up here. If you're a marathoner, it's going to be up here, right? Most people kind of live on that spectrum, but our body is always trying to match whatever its capacity is, at whatever load you consistently put on it, right? So we have problems when we change that relationship too quickly, right? So if we start to load that up faster than the body can adapt to bring that back up to equal, that's a lot of times what can cause pain to happen. Perfect example of that is our runner that went from being a couch potato to starting to run a 5K. That can cause a lot of Achilles pain, a lot of knee pain on the front of your knee there. Super common for people that have gone from not running to running, from not playing much basketball to playing a lot of basketball, from not playing pickleball to playing a lot of pickleball, right? Commonly see this around the springtime when everyone's kind of locked up over winter, start to become more active in the spring, start to do more sports, for instance, and boom, they went from doing nothing to doing something, right? So they took that load above and beyond the capacity at a rate and intensity that is higher than your body is able to make up for, right? Now, if we just load it up a little bit, one time, no big deal, right? Our bodies are pretty resilient. They're going to overcome that. The problem is when we are consistently loading above our capacity. Instead of kind of listening to your body when it's telling you that it hurts, that you might have pushed too far on that first run, you just say no pain, no gain, and you just kind of plow through it. The longer that we have that mismatch in load versus capacity, the more likely that we are to develop some tendon issues. Now, if that's been you, if you've had, kind of mismatch load versus capacity for a while, and you've been dealing with a little bit of pain, the good news is it's relatively easy to get back out of pain. All we need to do is bring that load back to match your capacity. We should be able to do that pretty quick by just turning down your load. The bad news is that leaves you way below the activities that you're trying to get to. So if you just stop running, probably gonna feel fine. But you've already signed up for that 5K. A couple months from now, you can't just stop running, right? So in order to really fix any issues that you're dealing with, all we have to do is bring that load down to where it matches your capacity, and then find a level that's just slightly above that. So from there, your body has time to adapt and to grow stronger. And then we load up a little more and there, and you see this is a never-ending cycle where we just give it a little bit more than you're currently capable of, allow time for the body to change, and then continue that process until our capacity is so high that everything that we want to do, for fun, whether it's basketball, pickleball, running, whatever, is down here, where the load we're putting on it and the capacity is up here. Everything else super easy. That's all it really comes down to, is your tissue loads versus the capacity. Moral of the story, don't go too fast, too hard, too quick. Start off a little slower than you think you need to as you're starting a new exercise routine, and just slowly work your way up from there. It's better to underdose and slowly progress versus try to overshoot and think, oh, I did this 10 years ago, I should be able to jump right back in, and overdoing it and kind of dealing with pain and struggling that way.